And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus the Truth Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay DJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
Hold up. We back.
Yeah, and we have a great episode today. We are going to spend some time talking about J. Cole's triumphant return.
Jermaine?
Maybe.
Cole.
Yeah.
Cole world.
And we believe that he's having a triumphant return before the fall off. The same kind of momentum that he had before the Kendrick Lamar and Future feature, before the diss track to Kendrick on Might Delete Later, and before the Kendrick and Drake beef or feud between them for multiple weeks. So I think that J. Cole is ready to come back and continue that run that he was on prior to that whole fiasco. And so we want to talk about some of that. So we're going to start with Trey the Truth's thoughts on this situation. He did an interview with the Breakfast Club. He talked about new music, his daughter, and he also talked about J. Cole at the
Wordplay TJ, thank you for playing that interview of mine. I appreciate it very much.
What do you think about Trey's, response to the J. Cole situation?
I think that a lot of people have been waiting.
You don't have to do the voice though.
I think the people have been waiting. We've been waiting for the fall off for a long time. This is kind of like when Lupe started the LUP end. Like, I remember he was going to retire on LUP end. That was the whole little thing that he was working out after the Cool. It's kind of interesting to see it in this context of an artist that has been creating this very anticipated album that's following the through line of all the different titles and theming that he's had throughout the years, to have all the momentum that he had with the Might Delete Later videos and everything else, much like the timeline that we just gave, to have it stopped completely by the beef in terms of everybody's conversation. And it's we forgot, no, he was gearing up for the fall off.
Yeah. Do you think it pushed the release date back?
100%.
By how long?
At least a quarter. It's probably been about 2 quarters now.
That happened, what was it, April, May, somewhere around there?
Yeah, something like that.
And then the beef carried on all the way through, the pop out, which was Juneteenth. So
yeah,
I think that Trey's comments here to say that nobody should be worried about J. Cole right now. What everybody should be worried about is when that drops, be ready to be surprised. Be ready to be have your expectations subverted.
Yeah.
And expect a different J. Cole than what you've heard in recent years. And even on Might Delete Later, we felt like that tape was really impressive. Not as impressive as other albums have been this year. So Doechie's album and even Tierra Whack's album, but he did come with an impressive project. And so I think Trey is on to something. Obviously, he's close to Cole and knows what's happening with him. But I also believe that we will be surprised.
I think we'll be over the moon ecstatic kind of thing, because if you've been planning something this long and you are as calculated as he is, it can only be, I feel like, a masterpiece. I do feel like it's crazy because he said it on the Fallout, or not the Fallout, but Might Delete Later. He was like, this is like Hov dropping Reasonable Doubt last. And that's for his admiration of Jay-Z or admiration of Nas and all of them, that's a statement. Because Reasonable Doubt is one of those albums that you listen to it and you're like, man, this is a masterpiece. This is glowing. And you've had masterpiece albums. So to say that about this album, I can only imagine the time that he's put in on it.
Do you think he's going to address the beef on the album now? Do you think the album has changed in substance?
I mean, I think if he addresses it, it'll be the same thing of like my brothers or whatever. Like whatever stance he takes, it's not going to be something that I think will be attacking or disrespectful to either party.
I don't want him to take that stance.
What stance would you like?
These are my brothers is I feel like that's the easy way. I feel like that is the expectation. I would like to see him break down what he was going through in that moment, bigger than his apology statement.
But I still think it would be on the same line because even if he's talking about like I had to regain my peace, my brothers was out here were talking crazy in the streets or whatever, like that would be more to what he's going to do, which is making an introspective thing, which still plays the neutral role.
Yeah, what I mean by that is I want to see him pop out as the GOAT. Period.
Does him popping out as the GOAT mean he like how though?
He doesn't have to say, he doesn't have to attack his brothers. He just has to prove it. He just has to like lyrically
Okay.
show that he is the GOAT, and people have to take that impression from hearing this project. I think that is the only way to subvert everything that happened within in this beef. He has to kind of sort of, while the other guys are fighting, he has to sort of take the throne. And it could be this ultimate chess move that, you know what I mean? And now that I'm saying it out loud, it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm setting the expectation, so you can't subvert it. So it's a catch-22. But I believe that he is going to make his throne known.
I also think that is very indicative on whether or not Kendrick drops.
Before or after?
Before or after. Because it'll be a different conversation. Even if it's not intended to be a different conversation, even if there's no mention of the beef on Kendrick's album or Cole's album or whatever it is, the conversation around it, because the Super Bowl, if he does or doesn't play Not Like Us, which I'm still positive he will, I think it might shift or take away attention from something that'll be really great. If he does it after, I think he'll be fine. But like,
if Kendrick puts out an album right after the Super Bowl and then J. Cole goes after, I think J. Cole will be at a disadvantage. But if J. Cole goes before that, I think he has the advantage as long as the project does not come into the social commentary as competition between both projects.
That just depends on the time and space. Because if he so let's put it in perspective, right? So
you need cool down time between the two.
Yes, you need enough time. Like 2 weeks ain't enough cool down time. Because then the conversation will be, well, did Kendrick release this to stop his da-da-da-da-da? Did he know he was releasing? If it's a month, maybe it's a little bit freer, but the rumblings will still kind of be there. Or at least it might then be said, okay, Kendrick let Cole have his time. So I think, so I think about a month. If there's a month in between these albums, that gives Cole an advantage either way.
I think... Here's my theory around J. Cole's features. Okay. I think he purposefully is ordering or collaborating with these artists to put out the worst to the best. Because currently in the order that they're in, I would believe that these features, so Grippy on Cash Cobain's project, Ruby Rosary with A$AP Rocky, A Plate of Collard Greens with Datel, and Blow for Blow with T Grizzly. I think progressively, J. Cole has put out a better showing over those tracks.
I agree. Golly, Grippy was a verse. It was a verse.
He did a thing.
He did a thing. It was the first verse we had heard since the beef, and yep, we heard it.
Ruby Rosary was also kind of light as well. in a lot of ways, A$AP Rocky showed up in the same ways that we expect A$AP Rocky to show up. J. Cole increased the cadence on this project, which elevated this song a little bit more. So that's really all I got to say about that. You know, J. Cole's lyrics were really really tight and really good. And on a plate of collard greens is when the lyricism really showed up.
And I think this is his most like cadence flipping MF Doom-esque Andre 3000, like finding these different pockets of like inward rhymes or middle rhymes and like just really showing the articulation and how much he thinks about his lyrics. I think Blow for Blow is just one of those, him showing his connectivity to the streets and how he gets on these trap rappers' songs and just floats.
T Grizzly really impressed me.
Grizzly one of the ones.
He's always been a talented person, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where it has changed on this project is I feel like he tried to be a bit more lyrical than he needed to be. Like he was trying to fit into the mold, whereas I think he could have came with those same lyrics and performed it a little differently, been himself, and it would have hit it would have hit much better.
Yeah, I could kind of see that, but I also think that it's a mind state thing. Given that T don't have, like, he's another one of them artists, much like T-Pain, they ain't got to do music no more if they don't want to.
Do you think it's over for Cole?
Whoever thought that is stupid.
Well, it is the fall off, right? So
I see what you did there, sir.
do you think it's over for him?
After the fall off?
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to get such a high response. There's no way he'll want to. Like, we have that that athlete bug. So if you release a classic album, so say you drop an album, because you're in the midst of working, but say you drop one this year and like that album goes platinum. Do you think you walk off as a champion?
Who, me?
Yeah. Or are you coming right? Or are you trying to come right back?
I'm different because I'm going to be doing this until I'm 89.
Yeah, but that's our new age thing. And I think the same thing about these artists is like, I ain't got to stop. Like, we're able to grow in our maturity. We're able to grow older as artists and be legacy acts, pop out on tours. So I think that it's like the best kind of situation for him to be in a place where he's like, no, you don't have to drop this album and stop. You're going to be way, 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 way up and very energized to at least do something after.
Right.
So maybe he tries something different. Maybe he does a collab album with somebody. Maybe he just does a like Year of the Killer features.
Yeah.
Or something.
I think what the fall off means is I'm stepping away from the industry at large. I'm going completely independent. I'm not doing this game of label distribution. I don't have to do it anymore. I can go home, be a husband, be a dad. I can go on tour anytime I want to. I'll keep putting projects out, and I'll put projects out through TuneCore. You know what I mean? That seems to be what I would assume for him.
I'm just excited, and I'm ready to hear it. I'm excited for all of these features, which if you want to listen to them, they are down in the description for you. And it just shows the big three are the big three, regardless of what their conversations between each other are. You pop out, like I said, 4 songs of a diss track got you the Super Bowl. 4 features. Well, 3 features. I don't include Grippy in that. These 3 features have gotten Cole back on the radar of, yeah, let's get the fall off. Like, it took 3 songs, and not even your songs.
Yeah.
3 16s outside of a whole mixtape that you had, like, getting us built up and ready to go, and you have immediately grabbed back the attention in the middle of Super Bowl conversations and is there beef still on, and how is Drake gonna recover? Like, you came back in like, this is why I chose my piece. What did you all think?
Yep.
Of all of this music? Let us know down in the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, share this to somebody if you think this will be a dope video for them, because we have, adult grown men conversations without all the yelling.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah. But anyway, y'all, we'll see y'all on the next one. I appreciate you for letting me come on this show, Mr. Wordplay DJ.
I done came down.
It's Trader Truth in No Rhyme or Reason podcast.
Peace.
Man, hold up.